time, like, I crashed my car. I remember I needed, like, loot from my own bank. I remember the guy kept acting up on me. He's just like, you can't keep doing this, right? Like, just out of nowhere, out of the blue. Like, okay, I get he was trying to explain something, but I don't know. I kind of felt like, I'm not going to say that he was being racist. That I don't think it has anything to do with race. But that was the first time I kind of noticed someone act out. Like,
there's always
like,
someone
didn't you say hi? Didn't say how are you? You know what I mean?
Okay, this is gonna, so segueing topics just a little bit. I notice, I don't know if it's actually just a joke or something like you actually take to heart seriously, but when people say the N-word that, are white or maybe shouldn't, I just want to see your opinion on that, because, and I'm not saying the N-word with the ER, I'm saying it with the the A end.
Yeah.
So why do you feel like it hurts you?
Do you feel that word is like derogatory, and do you feel offended when people say it?
I think I've noticed him, like, when I'm chilling with him or
Let
hanging
him
out.
answer. Let him answer.
But from what I've noticed, I think he already does take it to heart a little bit, and I just want to know why.
Honestly, I don't really take it to heart. Really, it just makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, for example, in the bars and stuff, they'll play a song, it has that word, everyone's gonna say,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And when I hang out with kids that are not of color, when they say it, like, I'm not the type of person to confront, like, don't say that. I say it, but you can't say it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's stupid. It's just like someone saying retard. Like, a retard can say it. I know this is a bad word. I'm sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that online. But, like, that's like a derogatory term, apparently, right?
Yeah.
But it also means late or slow.
It has different meanings.
But it's not like,
depends on the context you use it in.
Yeah, but look, what I'm saying is, because a retard's, like, if a retard says retard to someone else, do you get what I mean? Because they're actually retarded. Like, you can't be like, okay, that's fine because he's retarded, but you can't say it because you're not.
So then you don't think there's limitations on who can use the word, or what?
Yeah, I feel like that word shouldn't, like, as you get older, you think, like, and depending on who you hang out with, like, I used to say it often when I hung out with all the kids that were of color, but now that I don't really as much, like, I don't really use it's not really in my vocab, because I speak so much more to, now that I work and stuff, I speak so much more to everyone of age, right? So I try to use it less often. But when people of color, like, people that weren't of color, when they said it to me, they'd say it, not to me directly normally, they'd say it in conversation, it would just make me uncomfortable. Why? Like, I would just, because, like, it just kind of sounds, not only does it sound weird rolling off their tongue, it's also just, like, I don't know, you just feel...
Like, what's the... Like,
why does it feel weird rolling
it just
off
feels,
their tongue?
because...
Like, what's the reason behind that?
You can tell that they don't use it often. Like, you can just tell I don't know if, I'm not going to say they're showing out, but it's just...
So you think they're only using it around you to show off in a way, or... Somewhat.
But it's like, also, you never know. Like, people probably say that all the time. People of not color, when they're with each other, they probably say it all the time. You don't know, right? But when, I don't know, when it's around me, it just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Why?
I'm not the type of person, because it's just,
like,
I
want to know why.
I say...
Okay, it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't matter why. I'm trying to, like, dig deep into this.
I feel like that word shouldn't be said, in general. You know what I mean? But yeah, black people use it all the time. I guess that's fine. But, like, when someone of white says it, it's like, okay, you shouldn't be saying that.
But don't you think now that, especially the A, I personally, my opinion on the ending with the A, I feel like everyone, it's kind of like public domain now. Yeah. Because it's in music so much, it's used so much, you can't really just put it in music and expect to be like, okay, only, when you're singing along, only black people can sing this word. Like, everyone has to, it's like censored.
Yeah.
Like, imagine in a white bar or something, everyone can't say the N-word. When it gets to that part, it's just quiet. It's like, it sounds like it's censored version of the tape. But, like, I personally feel like once you have it in music, once you're using it along each other all the time, and it really matters the context behind the word. So I think the A ending isn't
more
a
like
harmful.
friendly.
Yeah, no, it's not a harmful context. It's not what's it called? And it's not attacking really.
Yeah,
right?
but
so I personally feel like my personal opinion on it is when people get, when I see black people get butthurt about it, I kind of am like, I don't know. Like I personally don't think it's okay to.
Yeah, but
because it is public domain. You do put it, if you're singing about it all the time, if it's all in all songs, then I think the meaning of it's washed away, or the meaning has changed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I
and
get
it's
your
lost
point.
its value. So yeah. I think now it's just a word.
Yeah,
but if when I do hear people saying the ER, I'm like, whoa, like I don't use that one. Like,
I'm saying in general, in my opinion, it shouldn't really be used in vocab. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
It shouldn't be used
Going
in
from that-
So then, do you think it should be taken out of black music? It should be taken out
But
of
the thing is-
everything. Everyone should stop using it.
But it's
all
just
at
like,
once.
yeah, okay, I get your point. I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember the type of person you're talking to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're talking to me. Now I'm kind of a blow Joe. Before I used to be someone that was kind of, like,
We
with the
grew up.
crowd. You know what I
we
mean?
grew up, like,
Yeah, with the bads.
yeah.
But-
Which we're gonna go into later.
Yeah, but now as I get older, it's like, hey, there's no use. Why? What's the point of that word?
Yeah.
I
No.
kind of switched it up. I say other words, but that's when people are like, okay, this kid's like whitewash.
But
You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to see into your older mind, I guess, because it is an issue that people still argue over.
Mhm.
So that's why I kind of wanted to bring it up. As
Yeah.
this podcast talk about controversial topics. This is a thing.
Yeah, but when I was younger, and I use it often, I always be like, hey, why? Like, I tell people, yeah, why are you saying it if you're not black? Like, this is,
Yeah.
but it's just same shit as hip hop. Hip hop was originally people. I don't know the story behind it, but it's for blacks. But then white people listen to it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know. It's all like a big twisted turn. Like, I feel at the end of the day, I don't really look at color. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be looked at. So the way that, like, what's dividing us majority of the time, like, it's been for years. Like, this is what I noticed
It's
from
the argument.
elementary to middle school. I remember it was always a division. Like, what I remember big time was if someone said, okay, the white boy's this. Like, yo, this white boy's giving me, like, problems. Like, always when there was a fight, they always consider the white person softer than the black person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But, like, what if that white person's stronger?
So it's just there's a lot of stereotypes.
There's
going
so
on
many
around that,
stereotypes
yeah.
that I feel like at the end of the day, as you get older, they should stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess that's how we were raised from where we came from. You know what I mean? But when you get older, it's like something that needs to stop. Because now, as you get older, you can't start being diverse to people. Because now, look, all the white people running businesses, corporates, like, they're rich.
Yeah.
And now all the black people want to be like, okay,
But-
well, this is not fair to us.
but the
and it
thing-
goes deeper than that. I don't know.
But I was thinking also, well, the black people not being able to come up or whatever, somewhat is a systematic thing. They're kind of in a way they're doing it to themselves, but it's not their fault because that was the system that they were placed in.
But you know what I noticed? Another thing was, I forgot to mention, sorry, was what people are getting upset about black people, I know, is that they don't want to be us because of our skin, you know, how we're treated and everything.
Who doesn't?
Like the white people, non-people of
General,
color, right?
yeah.
Yeah. They don't want to be us, but they want to be like us. So basically, they'll get the same hairstyles at us. They'll, even though they tell us it's ghetto.
I think it's a pop culture thing, though.
Yeah, but
because,
people say it's pop culture. But for example, like dreadlocks.
yeah,
That wasn't really.
They admire you guys, but they don't want to carry the burden. Basically.
Yeah,
they don't
basically,
want,
they don't want to be treated like us.
yeah,
They want
and
to say,
it's a systematic problem too.
yeah,
like-
which is big. Like in the
and
music,
no
they
one
want to
really
say the
knows
word, say what, like do all this, a black culture did a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they always want to join it, but they want to be it.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
The term for that would be cultural appropriation. Do you think that that's something that should be tackled as well and gotten rid of?
Oh,
Some-
and what differentiates cultural appropriation with culture appreciation?
What can someone actually give me the definition of cultural appropriation?
So essentially, like we were talking about, essentially what Abdul said, they kind of admire a certain aspect of the culture,
And
but
copy
they
it.
don't want to
Yeah.
bear the burdens,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, so that's true. That's a big thing. Like, for example, even I remember there was pictures of IG models that were white, but then over the years turned black. Like, literally changed their skin tone so that
yeah.
they could be appreciated more. Like, even body features. They're saying white girls want to be us because black girls have bigger asses. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And
Which is like
actually,
something like it's
It was
it's
actually
odd.
a thing in the turn. You know that? Like,
Mhm.
big asses weren't a good thing until like recently.
Exactly. Plus, the thing was, I remember.
But then again, it goes back to like these music, like the people like what they listen
It's,
to in
yeah,
music,
the music
you know what I mean?
culture.
So I feel like the people saying that okay, you can't use the N word can't be the same people who are rapping and saying that N word or like singing
Yeah.
along at the clubs, even if
Yeah.
you're black. If you don't like the word, if you don't like the use of N word, you shouldn't be singing along with it. You know,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, that's. What
I don't
feel
agree with
too.
people saying the N word
Yeah,
regardless. you know,
I'm
like
sorry. Yeah.
there is a history behind that word, but I have a feeling that these people who are getting, I don't want to say butthurt, but they feel offended when the N word is being said.
Yeah.
They
They're
themselves
using it,
they
yeah.
themselves can't be using that
Yeah.
word themselves because then it just shows them it's
They're
okay.
hypocrites.
It's the
It's
word
hypocritical.
because you yourself didn't go through what those black people, like the slaves, went through.
Yeah.
So what gives you the right? Yeah, it's because of my skin color. Even
and
then.
Plus, I think the word with the A ending, just it's a whole nother meaning than
Bro,
the
it doesn't
other
matter.
word.
Those two words.
I personally
any word.
feel like they have different meanings.
If
so
myself, that's like saying, yo, I don't want to be called a terrorist. I never use the word terrorist. If I use the word terrorist, other people can use it. Like, that's like me going to a thing and be like, oh, I'm not Arab terrorist. You know what I mean?
Or a sand monkey.
Exactly. Or like,
Yeah.
So if I don't want to be called that, you can't use that word. Because then it's not going to be in the it's not going to be in the conversation. You know what I mean?
Like
For example,
you can't make a song and make everyone bump it, but then they can't say the N-word.
Not even that. Or like a fat person just being like, oh, I'm fat. If other people call him fat, that's his fault. Don't say that because then it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I get what you mean.
That's what I don't like. That's what I don't agree with.
Yeah, but
even if they don't agree with it, they can't say themselves. Say it themselves because that just shows it's like it's okay to say it.
Yeah.
Even though even though they're saying it's not, then don't say it yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It loses its meaning.
Like make it seem like a really bad word by not saying it.
Yeah.
Avoid saying it.
But then let's go back to the question of the cultural appropriation thing. Do you think that should be, like Ibrahim said, do you think that should be tackled? And then what draws the line between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation? And what
for example, when it comes to like a lot of like the one girl who wore a Japanese dress for Halloween, she got a lot of hate for you're appropriating culture. It wasn't Halloween, it was
for prom, but
prom, I think,
Yeah, and the same thing as someone dressing up as Indian, or even the Justin Trudeau thing. Like you can't.
So you think that's bad? And
I don't. In my opinion, I don't. I guess drawing a black face is kind of bad. Like
I honestly don't.
You shouldn't like the clothes is different, but like if you're painting yourself, I kind of think okay, like. Nah, the times are different now. You know what I mean? Now it's kind of being spoken of. But, for example, Justin Trudeau, I guess he was trying to dress as Aladdin.
Yeah.
And kind of change the shade of his skin.
Yeah.
That's kind of like,
And then you gotta always think about the intent. The intent. Like, he wasn't trying to be hurtful. It was a Halloween event, and he was trying to act the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have chosen something else, but back then... But yeah, blackface was still a thing. You know what I mean? Like blackface was like very, very like hurtful.
Yeah.
But his
what's the history of blackface? I don't.
It's how they showed what black people look like. They made them black. Painted them.
Lips and
big lips, the ears and shit. I don't know what originated that, but that was like.
Oh, but that's a different thing then. That's different blackface then, because like. Justin Trudeau is technically not blackface because he's trying to be brown.
But I think it's just changing.
He's not really copying the lips and like the.
But just the idea of you trying to paint yourself a different color was the issue. Like he could have gone like if he didn't paint his face black or brown or whatever the color that was.
What's wrong with that?
People would have still.
What's wrong with that?
That's the thing.
I don't see what's wrong.
That's the thing. Like in my opinion, there is nothing wrong with it. His intention was more important than the actual outcome. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. Like, if someone's gonna go paint their face black and then start doing like disgusting things, like
chanting, like disgusting things.
Yeah, then that is hurtful. Like people, for example, wearing like the hijab or something, and then going and pretending to be
terrorists.
Yeah. That's different. Yeah. Like I wouldn't care if someone else is wearing a hijab. You know what I mean? But it's what you're trying to do with that. What's your idea behind it? What's the purpose of you wearing this? That's where we can judge and but like I mean for Justin Trudeau I think he's 100% innocent. Like obviously he shouldn't have done it, but even then who cares? It doesn't really matter.
People are getting offended.
There's
for no
so
fucking
many
reason.
There's so many things wrong with the people that got butthurt about the Justin Trudeau thing. First, it was a long time ago. Things change. 2, his intentions weren't bad. 3, it was a costume party and he was with 2 brown people beside him.
So another thing, that's the thing though, like times have changed so much.
People are just sensitive.
And people are getting so much more sensitive to certain things. But it's like some things they should be more sensitive to compared to other things. It's like okay, like what? For example, like how black people are being treated.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of bringing that to light. You know what I mean? Like they get white people would get jobs that like a white person with a criminal record would get a job before a black person with like a Harvard degree. You know what I mean?
Are you sure?
Pardon?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay, not a Harvard degree, but with a degree. You know what I mean? That's like that was a huge thing. And if you're black with a criminal record, like there's no way you're getting a job.
Here's what I've like. I don't know how to say this, but like I'm not racist. Like it's not race or like without coming off racist.
Yeah.
Or it's not really. It's like an observation I made.
Yeah.
Okay, like okay, hold on. Where do you draw the line between stereotypes and, like, I guess, fact?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you know, a lot